Alrighty, so I got a strange one for you because I'm gonna have to talk for a little bit while we kick this up because I didn't have the audio running right, or me. I didn't have the audio running right while this was going on, and yeah, I will correct that. But let's bring up the scoreboards. It is Phil Clough against I might as well put my score over on this side, and I get to start off against him here at Bogey. There is no audio for these first couple of boxes. I do apologize for that. But hopefully, if everything works as planned, we should see our scores come in and everything will go on. I need to make sure my instant replay is on. This way I can cut and clip things. I'm going to try to keep my eyes out there for comments as I try to pick up a spare and crush the wood in the corner, but Bogey's a tricky place. It definitely was intimidating to me, both going into lanes that have a tough reputation, and especially bowling against Phil Clough, a veteran, an amazing bowler for many, many years, knowing how tough he can be, both as a competitor and especially at home in Bogey. So I was really excited for this, and it was great to meet him. It was great to bowl with him. He had a couple of buddies show up to cheer him on while I was there, and it took me a while to adjust here. Wooden lanes, good approaches. They were a little sticky in the middle. I was told that they've recently refinished the lanes, so the wood's a little rejuvenated, and they were pretty good. But unfortunately for that one, again, a little tight, slicing the head pin in front of the 2. No love here, leaving the 2 and the 10. One thing I did notice is these ball returns, they're going to play a role in this match because I think the lanes will steal Phil's balls a couple of times, and we find ourselves waiting. But if you can bear through, oh boy, if you can bear through the silent film here early on, I promise you I'll get the audio corrected once I go back and go, oh, look, I'm not recording my audio. So, rookie mistakes, we're good for them. The way the ACST works is one-on-one match. Bowlers bowl 5 strings. And hey, that was a good one. So let's clip and grab that and throw that replay up there as I open up with a hammer and actually get a little laugh with the folks, there at Bogey going, hey, I thought this place doesn't throw strikes around. So happy to get a strike there in the third. A real solid 1-3, 1-2 pocket hit. Blowing things up the way that I should. And let's follow it up. A little too heavy. So finally pay the price there with my first split at Bogey, leaving the 3-6-10 with the 4 all alone over to the left, and not any hopes of wood. So still working on the strike. I'll take the fill. Kind of an unusual result there with wood sliding over to take out the 4, but the 10's hanging up in the corner. So 38 through 3, looking at possibly 48 here if I can nail this pin again, and I do. So knowing that these lanes have a pretty tough reputation, I'm not feeling too bad for my first couple of throws out there, but obviously very early in the match, and we'll see what happens. I promise lane audio is coming in just a couple of boxes. This time dropping it outside. And they say that Bogey doesn't have a lot of action. Yep, that is a Millis 9, folks, out at Bogey. So everything but the head pin, just nice and easy down the... Nope. But check that garbage out. So we'll bring this back as I spiral off, and somehow the ball comes back off the sidewall. I know I have no business getting that one, but I'll take it as Phil comes up to start off his half, and I am sure as he starts out just to the right of the head pin, I will figure out my audio faux pas soon. And I don't know what he was turning around and saying to his buddies, but he was talking about something, and I think shortly after this is when I figured out my audio mistake. So let's see when this gets corrected. Phil, right on. There it is. Just in time to see if that pin's going to wiggle over for him. Is it? Wow. And I'm shaking the camera as I fix the audio. So no love on the 8-pin for Phil, but a nice, beautiful cleanup for him there. So clean first plate as he sets up to catch up to me. So I'm 58 plus a ball. And as you can see above my score sheet over there on the right, you'll see the splits between completed boxes, which is boxes, as Phil brushes the head pin, leaves the 4-7 with a nice piece of wood in front of it. Then you have the string difference, which is just the difference between the string between the bowlers. And then the match, which is the, as he picks up the spare, we'll get that one. Nice, simple, solid hit to clean up that 4-7. That's what he does. He just hits the head pin, cleans up the little scraps over and over and over. It's just, it's great to see how consistent he is. Again, solid on the head pin. This time, leaving the other side. So the 6 and the 10, again with a plank in front of it. Great setup for him to be able to pick this one up. And unfortunately, the wood has different plans. It just kind of clears that one straight back. Takes out the 6, leaves the 10. Gets a bit of a break. And you'll see, you know, through the completed boxes, he's got a 9-pin lead. But as he nails the 10-pin, we're neck and neck again through 3 completed boxes. So the split adjusts. It's colored red. I guess it shouldn't be red because I'm technically not leading that. But I have a 20-point lead in the string. And for knockdown pins, I have a 20-point lead in the match. 4th box. A little short of coming up to the head pin, leaving himself the 1-2-7. And yeah, as I mentioned, you'll see here that the ball return plays a big role in this match as we're waiting for it to fire them back at us. I don't think of either Phil or I as being really fast bowlers. We're pretty deliberate. But, yep, something back there is just preventing them from returning nice and quick. And does he pick this one up? No, he wraps the head pin off the wall around the 2. Clears out the 7, but now just has a 2-pin to pick up for the 10. It looks good, and it is. So we're still neck and neck through 4 boxes, although I am sitting down with a spare, so I'll take that little baby advantage here. And yeah, you know, it's fun. When I'm bowling, I can obviously do the recording and the scoring the way that I want. So, oh no, on the head pin, Red Eagle minus the 10. So we'll bring up his head pin and his split here. And we'll see if he can convert this trick guy. Punches out the 3, unfortunately, so he's got the left-hand wing and the 6th pin all the way over to the right. So, looks like I'll sneak through the first half with a little bit of a lead. And then I'll come up to finish my string on lane 12 here. When I got to Bogey, I'd asked him, I'm like, you know, what are Phil's favorite lanes? Which ones does he like to bowl on? And he said, oh, he usually likes to be down the end. So, as he takes the 8 box, we are now switching over to lane 12 here. Again, the ACST, if you have not seen us before, we look for everybody, anybody. Bowlers of all levels, we kind of tier people into different classes based on their average. The more the merrier. The more bowlers we get, the tighter the competition gets within the classes. Doesn't matter what your average is. If you're interested in joining us, Danny Finn is the person to contact. Or look at the ACST page and say, hey, I'm looking to get in. That's a good way to start off the second half and to fill that spare with a 9 drop. Everything but the 6-pin and a really, really blatant plank to work with. So. Yep. When the lane gives you a duck, you need to take down the duck. So let's mark that spare. Second mark of the string for me there as I throw the replay up. Just really hitting a fairly obvious shot. And hopefully winding up here for a decent fill. We'll see how this goes. Go over. Ah, that still hurts. So a tough split. I really thought that that 6 pin was going to go. I got the 4, 6, 7. A good piece of wood instead of the 4 and 7. I'm going to try to just hit this and see if I don't get some sort of kick. A little more on the line than I would have wanted that to be. Plow them out, leaving myself the 6 pin over here to the right. And I think this is the first time I find out that there's a little stick on that approach. And I'm an old cranky bastard. I just gave myself 2 vaccines before going to bowl. Probably not the smartest decision in the world, but when you get old, you got to take some more needles, I guess. Anyways, 93 through 7. As I'm trying to pull away from Phil here in the first. I don't know what to say about that one other than this is what people tell me bogey is like. So, pretty good pocket ball, but when the dust settles, I'm looking at the bedpost. I've got some interesting wood, and I think what I want to try to do is catch this guy on the cap, the front piece to the right, and see if I can't spin it off the wall. Instead, I just bully the stripe. So a quick and easy clean out of the 10 pin. And now with a nice brace against the 7 pin, I've got a wide target to pick this up. And I do. So another clean frame there, 103 with 2 to go. 3 splits, 3 marks, 3 10s. I mean, that's not a bad string in my opinion. So my initial review here of bogey lanes, much good. All right, I lied. So Phil had punched the spread eagle and took down the 10. I have punched out the spread eagle and knocked out the 7. So welcome to reality of, yeah, these lanes can be tight. You've got to earn them here, and you know, if your ball's a little flat, if your aim's a little off, you'll pay the price for it. But let's see if I can't work myself out of this. Got greedy, pulled it a little tight, punching out the 6 pin. I really was hoping I could catch just a nip of that 3 pin to kick it over to the left, but I missed. But, you know, pins, 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 especially bowling against someone like Phil. So I go over and I take out the easy 2 on the left, settle for an 8 bucks. So 111 with 1 to go. As you can see over my head, the lead that I'm building in the string as I throw out my second half. Well, that's gonna help. That's a Miller strike. It is true. A big splash on the head pin, and the 6 put up a bit of a fight, but went down. My second strike of the string. So 121 plus a pair here in the 10th. So, as you can see up above, right now it's 65 pins that Phil's got to throw in the 66 tie. He'll need 66 to win, plus whatever, of course, the fill is here. First ball leaves me with a 3-1 split to the left. We'll see if we can't clean some of this up. A little wider, obviously, than I wanted, as you could hear by my appropriate. And, yeah, an 8 bucks for a 129. So, quickly as Phil comes up, you'll see that I was on the head pin 8 times out of 10. 4 of them were splits. But let's get that out of here. I know Phil doesn't take too long before he gets ready to go. And we'll resume with his part of the second of this. Take it. On the head pin. Tell me if you've seen this from him before. A 4-7 leave with a plank in front of it. It's mesmerizing. Get up. taps the wood, and no. Kind of blocked him as it bounced off the wall and leaves the 7 standing. I bowled bad because COVID. No. I did not have COVID, but I did have the vaccine from it. How are you, Mike? I had the vaccine from that and from Shingrix. And oof, those two things together are not good for you. Well, while Phil's up here bowling on the right-hand lane, let's bring up his stats over on the left. On the head pin, a split, leaving the 3 and the 6 with a nice piece of wood there, and then the 7 pin all the way over to the left. Just going to line this up, and oh, just kind of deflected there off of the 3 pin, wrapped around the 6, and I really thought that was going to go. He put it right where he should have, and oh, slices it just lightly for the 10. So things are tightening up a little here for him. He's only got 3 boxes to go, and I have a 53-pin lead in the string. Got his work cut out for him. We'll see if he can catch on at the end here. And if you've ever bowled against him, you know he can.
Come forward! Oh, I love it!
Oh, really? Let's watch this one here. Folks, if you've seen it happen at Millis, and everybody says it only happens at Millis, I'm going to show you one of the toughest bowling alleys by reputation, giving away a backdoor strike. Only against me, right? Love it. On the head pin for the Phil. Again, this is so beautiful. Phil just bullies down 8 pins. Again, 3-6, a nice little bracing piece of wood there. Does not fail to clean that up. So, strike on spare. Fix my scoreboard here when it's done yelling at me. We had a strike.
Looks great.
And then on the head pin for a split. So bear with me. I will get myself straightened out. My hands are just being a jerk. So he's now at 113 and needs to convert this one to stay alive. And unfortunately, that's not going to happen there as he chops out the 6 pin. Rough gap here with the 5 and the 10. Gives it a ride. But he's going to end that one 7 pins short. So I'll take the first string. Oh, hey, I got something to fix there. A couple of them. No big deal. So I take the first string, 129 to 122. I got to make some notes about stuff to fix here for my next one. Hopefully the strings look pretty in this view. Oh, I got a duplicate over there. So a few more things to figure out. It's fun playing with stuff like this. We'll get ready as I get my lazy ass up here for string 2. And let me bring up my ACST stats here over on the right. So far this year, after struggling out of the gates, I've managed to get myself back above 500. I'm currently sitting in 5th place in the South B's as my first ball misses off to the left. Pulled my average up to a 117.5. I've had a high single of 149, the series of 680 with 29 strikes, 75 squares, and 75 tens as I punch out the half Worcester on the right, and my perfect box percentage, which is my strikes, my spares, and my tens at 57%. So we're trying to track as much as we can through the ACST this year. Bunny hole, what a job. 6 boxes, just what you don't need. Not a good start for the second string, but hopefully I can pick it up here in the second box. On the head pin, but light as I wrap around and leave myself the diamond. So 3, 5, 6, and 9. and having a problem holding onto the ball at the beginning of the second string. Thanks, Greg. Thanks for popping by over there. It is afternoon for you. Is it 1 p.m. or is it 7 a.m.? I never quite get it right. But hey, at least I can blow this up for a 10. I could have thrown that a ball before. Somebody calls that a special. I call this a 10. All right, so 16 through 2, trying to get myself going here. A hard crunch there off to the right of the head pin, leaving the 1, the 2, and the 10. A little bit of wood on the outside of the 2 that's probably not going to play too much into this shot. I'm going to pop it between the 1 and 2 and have that 1 get over there. But unfortunately, I just drill the 2 pin for all that it's worth. Spot on, but hey, that's all on me. I'm letting the ball go too inconsistently, and that's what you get. Same there. Same spot. Same struggles. So 24 through 3. After putting up a 129, looks like I want to stop putting anything up. Not good for me. How are you, Greg? Alrighty. Once again, struggling to find the head pin here. Off to the left, leaving the 1, 3, 6, and the 8 behind it. So I like these ones. You just kind of want to blow it up down the center. Hopefully high and strong on the head pin and let it carry. Nope. Instead, super light. And people say there's no action at bogey. And I say that's bogus. So the head pin slips off the wall, gets the 3 just enough to trip it, and let it swing back into the 6. Doesn't matter how they go, they look the same on the score sheet. Some good people have told me that. It's what I cry myself to sleep to at night. All right, let's see if we can fill this one. Not quite. So, I mean, it's 5, but it's an ugly 5. So I leave the diamond over to the left with a weirdly leaning 2 pin. So the 2, 4, 5, and 8, and the 10 pin all the way over to the right. So what I really want to do is hit the 2 pin high and hard. What I really want to do is hit the 2 pin really high and hard, but again, I'm struggling here. I miss off to the left, punch out the 4 and the 8. I still want to see if I could hit this 2 pin high and hard. There it is. So I'll take the 10. I'll certainly take the 10. So I have a couple of things I need to fix there. But all in all, that looks right. And I'll switch myself over here, bring the scores back. As Phil steps up, we'll talk about him. He's going to throw a couple of balls down there to clean out his... I guess the lane's got one of his bowling balls that it's holding on to. But Phil, he bowls in a different division than me. He's also in second place in his division, 68 and 58. He's 11 games behind for first place in his division. He is right behind me in the wild card race. So he's the number 6 seed, where I'm the number 5, averaging 103.2 with a high of 138, and his series is 32 with 12 strikes, 95 spares, and 97 tenths, and a 58% perfect balk percentage. I believe he's bowled 9 matches so far. Right on the head pin, and tough split. He gets stuck with the 5, 9, 10, not a lot of wood, but with his ball, if he can get across the 5, this should go. And there I am, despite being a little roughed up. My throat's been bugging me, obviously, as you can still hear. Rooting him on as best I can there. He picks up the spare. Already off to a lead here in the string. Oh, no. Following it up with a second split Red Eagle. But obviously that 4-fill has his 14 to my 6, and you see that the boxes score is now showing blue. An 8-pin lead through completed boxes. Takes out the 3 and the 6 on the right wing, and let's see if this wood's going to pick off another one for him. No, but it's nestled in really well. So a nice plank behind the 2 and the 4 if he hits it. Oh no. A little bit of a cap. Cue balls off of it. Get the 4 and the 10. We'll settle for an 8 box. So he only needs 27 pins to catch me for the string in these 3 boxes. 34 in the 3 boxes will take the lead away from me in the match. That one stays a little out to the right as he plucks out the half twister to the right and the 5-pin. So quite a mess left for him here. And this one comes across the other side, so now he's looking at the TP. Got the 1, 4, the 7, and then the 6 and the 10. Piece of wood that's kind of meaningless behind the 6, but let's see what he can do here. Wow. I really thought he was going to get more out of it than that. So he picks off the 1, 4, 6, but leaves the bedpost for an 8 box. I'm sure it won't take him long to get warmed up, though, so let's see what he can do here with his 2 before he sits. Come forward. Ah. Everything but the 4. Piece of wood behind it, which does give you a little more room to miss. But I'm telling you, you want to talk about someone that's been doing this for years. I think Bill has said he'd been bowling in bogey lanes since the 1960s. So, love the guy. 80 years young, bowling in this place for 60 plus years. Back on the head pin. All right. He'll take a 6 drop there, leaving the diamond on the right-hand side. So the 3, the 5, the 6, and the 9. We'll see if he can't pop through this. Oh, that's the way to do it. Shows me. Blows up the diamond there. Sits down with 56 plus. And, yeah. That's just going to be hard for me to come back from. So, I came in with a lead. He's taking it away, and he's got a ball to add to it. All right, so I need to get a grift. Hey, very soft tonight, huh? Oh, I'll take that as a sign that I should get louder. Oh, I'm on the head pin for a change. I will see what I can do to crack up my output on here, but I think I pretty much have myself jacked. I certainly can turn up the bowling a little bit more for you. But I do apologize if I'm quiet. And nope. Chopped the 5-pin right out of there, so that should have been a little better, but it wasn't. That's all there is to that. Yeah, at least I drilled the pin, so you know, if you're not bowling overly well, you just want to make sure you're pinning well. Don't give away any points when you don't have to. So 59 through 6, still struggling to find a grip here. And this one is going to be a little tight of the head pin, leaving the 4 horsemen down the left side. Oh no, I'm the one commentating. It's me. I'm actually commentating, I'm replaying this match from yesterday. Right on the head pin, punches it through, gets the 9, but fails to do anything with the rest of the 4 horse. So, that's kind of frustrating. That's really kind of frustrating. They noticed that the 9 pin was missing on the other lane. So I took a second to reset that lane here, and hopefully I can just run down this left wing. And there it is. So I'm pinning pretty well, but just just not quite where I need to be here to get the marks to happen. I'm missing the head pin. You know, Brandon, I really liked Bogey. I first time bowling there. I opened up with a 129. Uh-oh, Duncan. Where's Duncan? You got to be around here somewhere, buddy, because it's a triangle. I know you're going to watch. I know you're going to laugh. Yeah, you definitely have to earn your pins like any place, but I have, yep. One of these days, I'll get my aim a little better. I definitely felt like that should have gone, but, you know, Bogey's a tough house. Bogey's a tough house, but I certainly didn't do myself any favors. Good time, though. Phil was a great host. It was nice and quiet out there after the snowstorm. A couple other people came in and bowled. Duncan's all right. Nah, I hit that one a little too heavy. Oh, a good drop, but I've had issues getting over there. I know that the approach here in the middle has been a little sticky, so I know I'm in a bad spot here. We'll see if I can get this one. Just a lone 4-pin. See my heel. Ah! That little wiggle in my heel was exactly that. I'd stuck and was on the verge of going sideways, so blew a perfect spare opportunity there. Always easier the third time. Hey, that's not that box. Get back over here. Always easier the third time, right? So a 10 bucks or an 88, 1 to go, and not really doing a good job of, you know, making it hard for Phil to catch me here. All right, so we're back on the head pin, back in split country. So on the upside, that's my 6th head pin of the string. It's only my 2nd split, but I have the check mark on the left, the 10 pin all the way over to the right. I like this wood. Just drop it on there, or pull it tight like a jackass and blow an easy spare opportunity. One of these days I'll figure out my grip here. And then I'm just going to drop the ball and miss it completely. And
You're just sloppy.
Yep, I am just sloppy. You heard it. I'm being honest about it. So, despite me having a couple things that are messed up here that I'm not happy about, I'll have to fix them. So far, I had 6 head pins, 2 splits, and a spare for a 96. Not going to break any records with that, but bring the score sheets back up as Phil basically needs 40 pins to tie, 41 to win, 48 to take the lead in the match, and this one counts twice.
Come on, take them all.
Rattles the pocket.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, there it goes. 9 drops out the back, so a nice 9-pin drop, and I am in trouble. Gives him a 16-pin lead in the string to that point. And right on it. So we'll grab a replay of that one while I fill in the smudge.
Don't let me breathe.
And I'm telling him, keep coming. Don't let me breathe. You know, just beat me up. If I'm not hitting pins, that doesn't mean that you have to stop and wait for me. So, again, another 8-pin drop for Phil, leaving the 5-8. See where this wood settles, though. I don't know, Brandon, I didn't really mind the upper lanes. The approaches were all right. The center of them was a bit sticky. So, I didn't realize it out of the gates because I don't really stand in the center of the lane. But they definitely have refinished the lanes. I don't know how long ago they did. As Phil unfortunately hits the cap and bounces around. So as far as wood lanes go, they're fairly smooth.
Nice cleanup, nice cleanup.
Caught on it as Phil continues to just pick up pin after pin after pin. 93 through 7, up 24 in the string. And in just 11 more pins, he'll have taken over the match. And I'm going to have to chase him at home. Down the heart. Leaves a 3-2 split off to the left. So the 2-4-7, and then the 6 and the 10. No wood anywhere to be seen. See if he can cut it across. Oh. Just kind of pulled right in front of the 2-pin. Always tough, but he's got such a great curve on the ball. Gonna go for all three, just pick up a pair. Or not. Wow. That's just not right. So 6-pin wraps around the 10. We'll settle for the 8. 101 with a pair to go. He's already beaten me at this point. There you go. Another pocket smash. Everything but the kingpin. His accuracy is awesome. Just awesome to watch him throw.
Nice cover,
Catches the
nice
wood.
cover.
Wood catches the pin. That's the perfect way to pick up that pair. You know, sometimes when you hit that it can go wrong, but you try to stay to the pin side of the stripe. Let it carry for you. 111 plus here. Ouch. He's going to come across and he's going to leave a 5-7 split, but let's see if this wood is...
Keep going, keep going. Stop.
Yeah, we all want to stop, and nope. This decided to park itself in the gutter.
Take a rest.
So 119 sitting at 127. Right on it, so 128. And a nice plank. Oh. Bill beats me up, Greg. It's great. You know, this is what I love about Candlepin. It's an ageless game, and that's the beauty of it all. So through 2. Bill with a 122 and a 129. I went from my 129 down to a lowly 126. So we each have 2 points so far, having won a string. He's got the total 251 to 225. So, hey, why aren't the names showing up? I got stuff to fix. All right, let's bring up string 3 here. Let's get my energy back together. My first was, but so far he's beating me good, and I've really got no complaints. You know, I've never bowled here before. It's his home house. That's part of the fun of what the ACST is about. Alrighty. Let's see if I can start off better in the third than I did in the first or the second. And the answer is no. Actually, the exact same start I had in the second string there. Drifting off to the right. Sorry, off to the left. Taking out the left wing into 10. So down the heart. Or off to the side of the heart, punching out the 8. So still a mess here. The 1, 3, 5, 6, 9. Hoping to pick something up out of this. Trying to shake my head out of where it's at. I'll take it. I'll take it. Left the 6, but at least found the head pin really strong. It's a 5-string match, Greg. All the ACST matches are 5 strings. Bowlers get 2 points for winning a string, 1 point if they tie, and then the total pinfall is worth 4 points. 2. Well, that one kind of stuck a bit, pulled it across. Which I'd rather miss to the right than the left. So I'm looking at the 1, the 2, the 7, and the 8 with a couple of pieces of wood there that should help drive this to a spare if you can hit the 1, 2 nice and high. And here we go. if you hit the 1 and the 2. Unfortunately, I only got half of that. Picked up the 2 and everything behind it nice and pretty, but now just the head pin. Plunk. So, small victories for me. Every pin matters. 19 through 2, and still looking to get back on the marks because I've been kind of dry since opening up good in the first. Taking a second here to throw a couple of balls down to try to fish out Phil's other balls that haven't come back yet.
You are. That's why I threw it over there for you.
He notices he comes up now. He's like, oh, you know, I think I'm missing a ball. I'm like, you are. I'll chase him out.
I thought you chased it back, right?
Nice guy. Alrighty. After the mental break here, let's see if we can get back on. No, but pretty good work out of this one here. So a little more solid as I miss off to the left. The 1, 3, and the 7. So obviously you want to split the first 2 pins. Kick that head pin over into the 7. Shouldn't be too hard, right? It is if you don't hit the head pin. Struggling a bit here still. Trying to find my grip and my aim. Hoping to at least get one of these guys. And nope. Nope. It's fun, like, you know, you travel out, it's really cold, my hands are cold, the bowling balls were frozen. I'm like, oh, this is just all sorts of stupid. Oh, trying to keep a grip. It's my own fault. But markless here through the first 3. Haven't touched the head pin yet. And now they give me this nice little fake one, which I probably shouldn't have hit. So, yes! I'm on the head pin. But 4, 6, 7, 10. So, frustrating. But it is what it is. See if I can pluck them away 2 at a time here. Or none at a time here. It's really tricky when you think about that pin that's in the gutter. How you can throw that ball between the pin and the pin that's in the gutter without touching either. But, hey, I'm talented. All right. Let's see if we can get this up. And still was greedy. I probably shouldn't have been, but I really still wanted to give it a chance at getting more than 2 out of that. And, well, 7 box, 34 through 4. So I'm almost looking up and feeling good about the 39 through 4 I had the box before. So everybody says bogey is tough. I refuse to believe it, but I'm certainly having a little tough stretch right here. Just need to get back at it. All right, I'm on the head pin at least. It's a 5-9 with a scary piece of wood out in front. Because good call, Tom. How you doing, buddy? It is true. I think I wrecked it with this 8. Let's see if we can hit this guy right and drive it through. And all right. I don't think that counts as a drive, but given my struggles that I've had, I will take the spare and put my ass in the chair. 44 plus after the half. We'll take a look at that thing, and yeah, let's switch me over to this side here so we can bring Phil's score up and see if he can catch my whopping 44 half. Going good, Don. Trying to sit here and do some commentary for the match that I had out at Bogey, and actually score it because I didn't do the scores. Wow.
Should have left that ball down there.
Phil on the pocket and 5, 7, 10. Kind of the most hopeless leave you can see in Candlepin. And trying to nip the 5 and kick it into the 10. Comes a little to the left and misses it. And this time a little to the right, so an uncharacteristic start for Phil and a 7 box. So I am the flush ruiner, or the straight ruiner. All right. Actually, Don, if we consider the spare to be a jack, 7, 8, 9, 10 spare, I just don't think the one. Bill, again. Jeez. On the pocket and left with a split. He's got the 5-7 with a nice piece of wood there in the middle to help him kick this. Here's see which way he goes.
Like it.
Oh, he caught the cap. With his ball, I kind of wondered if he came across the pin and got it on the left side, if he could have, the ball go into the 7 and the pin go to the 5.
No, I think he's trying to get the ball.
But sometimes the wood, oh, see, now that might have gotten the 10. Sometimes the wood can help you, and sometimes the wood will make you hate the game. And that's why we love Candlepin. So 16 through 2, 16 through 2 for Phil. I'll take every chance I can get here to catch back up. So I'm trailing a couple pins still in the match. Not split on the head pin, leaving the reverse triangle on the right. So the 5 and the 6, the 9 behind it, the fake plastic, red plastic coated pin sitting right out in front of it. And I don't know if he wanted the wood on that. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking, but hit the 6 and the 9 pretty flush and took them out, leaving the 5. The wood here makes you kind of want to come up high. Oh, or just get it square on. So, a 10 box for Phil. And a 1 pin difference between us so far. I've got a skinny, skinny edge, 27 to 26. That's my phone. All right. Phil. Across the head pin. Another split. So 4 for 4 on the head pin, 3 for 4 of them as splits. But the wood here makes this look really, really makeable. He's got that brace up against the 5 and a pair to push towards the 7. Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, said it before, I will continue to say it all match long. His consistency and accuracy is just something to take a, just take a notice of it, because, I certainly don't have that. I want to have that. I certainly need to get better at it. And just like this. Oh, there we go. Beautiful finish to the half. As I thought I might have a bit of a lead, and he thought otherwise. Crushes the pocket, knocks him out. So here we are at the middle. With that random mark there on string 3 for me, I'm sorry. We'll get these out of here after I finish warming up and slapping myself there on the lanes. So I'm trailing 12, plus even a bonus ball. He's got an extra bonus ball on me here as I switch over to lane 12 to finish up the string. Alrighty. Oh, I thought I had a chance of that wood doing something, but looks like it kind of stuck a little on the plate and turned. I'm left with a 7 fill, but a 2, 4, and 10. And I really wanted to kind of get between the 2 and 4, but I think this is one of the times that I stuck on the center of the approach. Made me a little nervous because early in the season, it wasn't there anyways. Early in the season, bowling at Timber, the approaches were really sticky. Did a number on my hip. It took me a couple of months to get over that. So once I started sticking again, I'm like, uh-oh. Oh, don't get hurt. Reminder that I'm old. But I have no excuses because I'm bowling against Phil, who's got me beat. All right, back on the head pin. I like it.
Right on it.
Good bit of mixing action. Great wood, in my opinion, here. The 2, the 5, and the 8, with a cigarette sticking out between the 2 and the 5. So just hit this 2 really hard. Should be able to pick this up nice and clean, right? That piece of wood
Oh, man.
just
I must
pushed
get
me
that
away
off.
from picking up the 8-pin,
I
so
would have gone in the middle of this.
tough, tough.
That's all right.
Hey, Quip, thanks. I'm glad you like the layout. I still got some little tiny things to fix, and including my aim there as I hold that one a little tight and settle for a 9-box. So not exactly doing myself any favors here. 69 through 7. 3 to go. See if we can't catch this back up. Another mix set. Hey! I'll take the 3-pin going forward. They say there's no action. I disagree. Steals the strike there at Bogey. That is my 3rd of the match. Let's see if we can fill this one worth a damn. No, I hold it a little snug. You too, Quip. Leaving the 1, 2, the 7, the 8, and the 10. So again, you look at something like this, you're really kind of hoping that you could just drop this ball good in between the 1 and the 2, get the 1 to carry out the 10. Almost. Almost. A little too heavy on the 1, so it went back a little straighter than it should have. But a 9 on the strike kind of gets me a little back into this string. And I'm going to have a little issue and pull that one tight to the gutter. Rats. So a 9-box. All or nothing for me here. Either marks or burn to death. I'm actually up there counting the fact that I've only had 3 clean boxes. I'm like, ugh. Disappointed in myself with all the 9s. Oh, no. Oh, trying to put some distance between myself and Phil, and that's not the way I go about it. So, the 3, 4, 6, 10. No wood, no love, no help. No 6-pin. Ugh, just tight. Just tight. Normally, for that, I would have moved a little more over to my left and been towards the center of the approach, but I am nervous of the approaches here in the middle. I stuck. Hoping to pick up a pair there. I'm only going to get the 1. I'll settle for the 8-box. It looks like a 105 string. So, slightly better. Ignore the bad spots there. But not a lot of difficulty for Phil to come back and take this match away from me. Or the string, of that matter. We'll put him up over there where he belongs. 56 plus. And that's why they give you 2 on a strike. So he came a little across the head pin, punches out the half Worcester on the left, takes out the 5 with it as well. So dropping 3, but quite a mess left. See if he can clean it up. No, that one's going to stay outside just a bit, so it'll be a 6 fill on the strike, 62 for his half. And he's looking at the 1, 4, 7, 9 to clean up for a 10 here. Almost. No love coming off the wall there. The head pin got the wall, but just kind of fell short of coming over to take out the 9. And an 11-pin lead in the match with just 4 to go. 11-pin lead in the string, I should say. This one kind of runs a little on him. Comes over to the left-hand side. Leaves him the 1, the 3, the 8, and the 9. Another one of these ones that you love to hit really strong on the nose. And he does. Takes out the 1, 8, 9. Might have been a spread eagle and a full rack, but everything but the 3. And everything's gone except for that leaner in the gutter, but obviously, you know, once it's in the gutter, it's down, even if it's standing. All right, so now you because of my horrible pinning. His lead is 12. It just needs 25 pins to steal the string for sure. No. So he finally finds the head pin here in the second half and eagles his way right through it.
Show me.
And takes out the 6 and the 10. All right, so unfortunately, the way that Bogey has been for us is the ball return here on 11 or 12 can take its sweet-ass time. Here they come. Got that great sound as they slide down the ramp. But it's only going to give him 1. That's just not nice. So I think what I'm going to do is I think it's after this, I go up there and I chuck a couple down the left-hand lane. Hopefully the momentum can go through there and bring him up as he takes out the left-hand wing for a 9 box. But he's still waiting for balls. And we're waiting for balls, and while that's happening, I'm going to bring up my stats so I can pick on what's not working, make some notes for stuff that I have to fix. So I noticed that bowler 1, string 2, total, circles on winners, and string 1, bowler 2, the split. 3 boxes to fix in that little thing. So we'll get my graphics doing what I want to do. As Phil comes across and tickles the head pin a little too light. Takes out the sideways check mark, 1, 2, 4, and 8. So he's got the diamond plus a tail on the right, just short of coming up. Now looking at the 3, the 5, and the 7. Quite a tough conversion anywhere. Gives it a hell of a shot. So 99 with a box to go. 6 to tie, 7 to win. I am in trouble. I love it. I love it. He's putting on a clinic of being consistent, steady, and that's key to bowling. It's key to Candlepin. And Phil is a great example of it. Let's see if he can do it. I don't think I've seen him throw anything lower than a 7 today, so. He does it right there. Rubbing it in my face maybe with a split as he's left with the 4, the 6, and the 10. His 6th split of the string. Right on the plank to take out the 6-10. That is Phil's 13th split in 3 games. And, oh, just off. So through 3, Phil's up 4 points to 2. I got to get the bowler names right, and I'll probably tinker with that in a second. I've lost 2 strings. I'm paying the price for it. I'm trailing 29 pins in the match. And I'm giving myself a hard time, as I should. All right. Let's stop making a jerk out of myself. Or at least to try. Stop making a jerk out of myself. We'll see what happens. Alrighty. Starting off with the 4th. Well, you know, given the troubles that I've had with my first box, my first ball, at least I'm on the head pin. So, well, I'm not on the head pin, but I'm on a solid ball at least. And then a drop. Off balance. And throwing that one away. Well, a much better. Nope, not quite. Oh, got most of the horse. Left the 6-pin, but we're getting there, I think ish. Rats. Trying to do two things at once here as I correct my mistakes on the sheet. Probably a bad idea. Again, still not hitting my marks. Sitting there out to the right this time, leaving the 1, 3, the 6, 7, 9. Trying to find that grip on the ball that's just staying away on me. Alrighty. Oh, there we go. Heavy, heavy, strong return following this guy up on the head pin. Much needed spare. That wasn't head pin. Spare. Alright, let's see if I can fill this here as I clear out the gutter. Stepping up to fill. 19 plus a ball here. Trying to get myself back on track in string number 4. Still trying to find the head pin. This one pulls a little across, but a good 7 drop, leaving the 1, 2, and the 10. I like this piece of wood kind of hanging out and back there. So if I can get the inside of the 1 pin, I'll feel all right. Oh, I guess I needed a little more of it than that. Shave the 1 off the wall. The wood does me no good. So now looking at the 3 and the 10. Hopefully I can just hit this wood and kick the 3 over. Or the 2 and the 10. Nope. I'm going to drive it straight back into the pit. 2 of the 9 box. I'm at 35. Not awful. Can I get the head pin finally? I sure can. That's the first time I've hit the head pin. And if I could just convince myself to do this all the time. Nice, beautiful ball right in the pocket, carrying the 7 pin out of off the wall. Once in a while, I throw a ball and it feels good. All right, see if we can do something here. Got a strike, got a little energy, got a little grip. Pull that one across. You heard me chirp as soon as I threw it, laughing at myself. 1, 2, 5, and 8 remain. Not an ounce of wood on the lane. And nope, this one's going to go the other way. So still inconsistent with my grip and my release, but filling a strike with 9 never hurts. Just the head pin. Just the head pin. Don't think about it. Or just leave it there like a moron. Alrighty, so I'll kick myself over the other half as Phil comes over here. I fixed a couple of the boxes here. We got some names showing up. So Phil's going to step up here and start off his 4th string. That might have been the first time I've seen him actually have a tough time with his first ball there. Comes all the way over and takes out the left triangle. But I'm sure he'll correct that.
Oh!
Wow! Right back on the pocket, and no love. No love.
Here I am. Come on.
And unfortunately, that didn't quite play the way that he wanted to, so he'll settle for an 8 box out of it. Oh, I've got my work cut out of me. cut out for me, trailing, I think, 27 coming into this match. Only 2 strings to make it back, so.
She's coming across.
Second ball comes across, taking out the left-hand side. Not awful, but probably certainly not what he'd want to have. So he's got the 1, the 5, and everything to the right of it. And this one's a little short of the head pin, so nothing but the 1 and the 10 left to clean up. See if he can't do something with this here, but no, through the upright. So a pair of 8s for Phil to open up the 4th. I'm sitting there with a 63 half, giving him something to chase, and hopefully I can make it tricky for him.
Those fake.
Ugh, on the head pin with that stupid little orange or red covered pin. They just don't fly right. Leaves the diamond off to the left, 10 pin all the way over to the right. And nope, he really just didn't like that red pin. Took it out on it. Which I think we've all been there. But unfortunately, we still got the same shot, this time looking at it for a 10. We'll see how this goes.
Alright, start it up.
Off to the left, takes out the 2 in the back, so he's going to settle for a 7 box. Just 23 to his first 3. Not what he's going to want, I am sure. Oh, starts off his 4th box. Coming across and punching out the half Worcester on the right. And then unfortunately with the second ball, takes out the right-hand side. So now looking at the 1, 4, 5, and 7. You can imagine he's a little frustrated with this opening half here. Wow, beautiful out, picking up the 1, 4, 7. Getting a 9 box out of that mess. There's nothing too bad about that. All right, Phil, hang a mark here. Come on. Make me work for it. Look at that. Right back on the head pin. Right back to those 8 drops. So, again, 4-7 with a nice plank in front of it sitting over there on the left. Can't imagine this isn't an automatic.
There you go.
Absolutely. So, we'll replay that one as he picks it up. Nice solid spare to hang the half and get himself back into this string. I continue to work on my little stat screen here. We're getting there. We're getting there. Get out of the way as I start up my second half. Bring my score back up in front of my face. Tricky to try to fix this stuff while you're live on a stream, but well, I guess I can say the good thing is I hit the head pin. The bad thing is this is one ugly split. I've got the 6, the 7, and the 9. That said, this wood is good. Like, I just want to drop this ball right outside there, and let's see if it sweeps across. Oh, I love those ones. I really do. Like, you look at something, you're like, this looks like it'll just take care of itself. Blows up. All right, 73 plus here as I try to climb back in for the for total pins. And filling marks with a 4 is not the way to do it. Punching out the 2, the 5, the 8, 9. So I have the 4 horse on the right, the 4 and the 7 trailing off to the left. Well, I cleaned out the 4 horsemen pretty damn good out there, but 4 and the 7. I'm going to have to come across that sticky spot. See if I can get a good release on the edge here. And I did.
Want to stand back up?
Alrighty, so 87 through 7. Still trying to do everything I can to pull away from Phil and get myself back into this match. Let me tell you, that's a lot easier said than done, and that's just what's awesome. Ah, that's where my pin cam froze. Good to know. I noticed at one point in time that it had taken a nap, and this is where it chose to do so. So, obviously, as you can see here, I dropped that ball out to the right. Takes out the arrow, so I get 4 horse. And the 8 that just, the wood doesn't find a way to it. So, see if I can pick up the single pin here for the 10. Just gonna shoot. Nope. Yep, I knew it. When I wasn't thinking about it, it caught me. That approach just glued my foot, and I pulled that ball across. All right, 96 with a pair to go. I will get back at this. On the head pin. And, yep, got the mix going and everything. But the dust is settled, and I've got an ugly 7-10 split. So, unfortunately, because I don't have the zoom on this one, which I really wish I did, there's 2 pins basically almost straight to the left of that one wide plank. And I'm thinking I want to get the cap of the left of the tube. And I miss it. And I just rip that other piece of wood out of there. So now I've got the 2 planks here. They're sistered up to each other. And all I want to do is get right in between them on the nose. Oh. I still felt good about it. I just didn't think that that's where I wanted to go with my first ball. But, hey, look, you pick up the 7-10 for a 10. That is something to feel good about. You're not wrong, Don. You're not wrong, man. Damn. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with me at the end of this string, but I'm like, I have a chance to pull away, to do some damage, and I still like the leave on the pin cam better, Don. Look at this one. Parallel pins off to the right. So the 5, 6, 9, 10. Some strange wood, and then a plank over to the 7. And I want to kind of catch the cap of that one. Oh! That still bothers me. I wanted the cap of that. Just a nip of it to see if that could take out the 2 and then somehow let me catch that wood to kick it over into the 7, but I just missed it. And I missed it a second time. So I'll take a 9-box, a 115 string. Bill is going to need to do a little bit of work here in the second half. He needs 73 from the time he steps up. And, yeah. Get myself over here, and let's bring up the scores. So his blue should be over there by him. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind those weird leaves, but still haven't fixed the pin cam yet, but I will notice it, and I will fix it. So he punches through the 2-hole, leaves himself the 1, 3, 7, 9, and 10.
It's good. Oh!
Oh, he's just off of the head pin there, so through the bunny hole. I'll give him the 5 fill and not be a jerk. So 47.5.
Push it, come on.
And all right, takes 4 for a 9-box. So 56 through 6 needs 60 to win the string in the last 4. And again, coming across the head pin, taking out the 2, 4, 8. So he's got the 1, 5, everything to the right of it, and the 7 pin trailing over to the left.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, it's too bad the pin cam's not there. We're going to replay this either way. but I love the way that the headpin just drops down. Actually, it wasn't the headpin. It looked like it might have been the 5. I got kicked over there and just pool cued the 7-pin down. It was great. Great spare. There's the pin cam coming back. Just in time for Phil to blow up an 8-drop. Tell me if you've seen this before. On the headpin, a 2-pin spare with some wood involved. So he's got the 6 and the 9. Looks like if he can stay outside of this pin in front, he'll be all right.
Nice job, nice job.
On the cap works too, so Phil's putting together a rally here to the tail end of the string, catching up quick. 84 plus through 8. Don't take away my glory. Oh no! I jinxed him. So 3/4 of a spread eagle. He punches out the 1, the 5, and the 8. I always think I want to shoot at the 3. Because he blows up the 4 on the right hand side. I think to shoot at the 3 pins, thinking that maybe if I can get the back pin of the 4, I can maybe cause some damage over there. But that was a clinic of a 10 buck. So Phil's going to need a 19 bucks here to catch me, or to win. Anything less will be uncivilized. Oh, he's giving it a run. Everything but the king. I'm in trouble. Or at least I'm feeling nervous, that's for sure. Smack on it. Alright, so let's get that replay going here as he's making things testy for me here. $107 plus. So 8 to tie, 9 to win. And oh no. Comes across for the 3 fill. So I escape with a 5-pin victory here in the 4th string. I'm still trailing 24 for total. But with both bowlers having 1, 2 strings, you never know. 24 is a pretty big number, but maybe I can come back and get at it. I would like to, that's for sure. But let's get me up here as I get ready in the 5th. Guess I'm not getting ready in the 5th. Even better. I'm running away. Alright, so let's go back and bring up those scores again. So the first 129 to 122. Again, all of the yellow glows are headpin being hit on the first box by the ball intentionally. It's just a clinic watching him. It really is great. Absolutely great. So let's get ready here with the 5th. See what happens. I do need a lot. And again, 3rd time in 5 strings. Off to the left, the same leave. I guess on one hand, I'm consistent. But that's not the type of consistency I want. A good bid coming at it. I rip away the check mark, leaving the 5 and the 8 to clean up for a 10 bucks. And once again, that same spot. I find it, I stick, I rip it for an 8. Ah, that sucks so bad. I feel like I shouldn't be doing it. And I feel like I know I shouldn't be doing it, and then I do it. Still struggling to find the headpin. Off to the left. 4 horsemen with the 8 trailing behind it. get in there good and high, or get angry at myself for leaving it out to the left, punching out the 8 pin and leaving the 4 horsemen completely alone. Alrighty. See if we can clean up the horse. Nope, but I'll spin 3 out of the 4. Leave the 3 pin standing for a 9 back. 17 through 2, hoping to get myself going because I know I've got to cover a 24 pin gap. And I will bring the score sheets back up. So at the moment, I only need 7 pins to win the match. So if I can stop Phil from bowling. Ouch. Found the head pin, regretting it instantly. So I have the check mark on the left. 2, 4, 5, and 7, a 10. All the way over to the right. So you want to go between the 2 and the 4 here. And do something like that. Once in a while, man. Once in a while, I throw a ball that feels good. 2 pin, hitting the 5, carrying over into the 7. I'll take it. I'll take it. Bears are hard here. And a little off balance on my release. Pulling it across. Getting 6 out of it. So the 1, 2, 4, 8. Sideways check mark. See if I can blow this up. Or if I can stick and pull it right across. I guess I went with a ladder. I don't know if that was me or if that was Phil doing it for me. Oh, I don't like that head pin. So I'll settle for a 9 box. 42 through 4. And trying to wonder when I'm going to get on a streak here so I can try to pull away from Phil. All right, fresh rack. Last time I'm bowling on this side. Tickling the head pin, and I mean, it's a split. It is. The 3, 7, 8, but all of that wood is just delicious. This one should go, and if I don't, then I should just. Yep, there we go. All right. So, a much-needed spare to sit down with.
Come get me, Phil.
And yeah, we'll bring up Phil's second half as I redo my box because I'm a dummy. So Phil comes up for his last stint on lane 11. He doesn't seem to mind those orange pins. Again, crushes the pocket. 8 pin drop. Wood perfectly placed. For 8, just synchronized slice. Makes it look easy. Makes it look so easy. Opens up with a mark, and my hopes of getting back in this match are going away way too fast. On the head pin, a little full with an unusual leave here as he's looking at the 6, 7, 8, and 10. Can he play this wood right? Oh! Really thought he had a shot at that, but that pin just didn't want nothing to do with taking out that 6 for him. Mr. Accurate plucks the single pin for a 10 box, 26 through 2. I am in trouble for total. And I'm going to have to hold him off for this string somehow. And just off the head pin, but he's got the 4 horse down the left-hand side. The way that he throws his ball, Seems like this is kind of lined up. Oh, a little bit of it chopped, taking out the 1-2, leaving the 4 and the 7. Just wheels across a bit, taking the 9 box. So a 2-pin lead for him in the string with 2 to go here in the half, which is devastating to my case. Catches the head pin. Let's see if this is going to mix. No, not enough. Oh, maybe.
Take the corner.
It goes and it nudges it, but now just an army of wood in front of the 7-pin.
Nice cover.
But it goes. Rooting for him, even though it's costing me. This bear's putting me in trouble. Watching my hopes for pinfall dwindle. Awesome, though. Awesome to watch Phil bowl. Such a good time. Great to actually have some time to chat and hang out with him. I do recall, my mom actually knew him from long ago. So he fills the spare just with 4, taking out the left-hand side. So the 1-5 and everything to the right of it. And he's going to punch through the 3-hole. So now just the 1, 6, and the 10. Knocks out the nose. So a 57.5. Phil's going to sit down. Still ahead, 29 pins in the match, leading 5 in the string so far. As I don't know if you've noticed, but I managed to fix my little mistakes. I've got a couple more things I got to fix. That's okay, but we're getting there. All right, so let's get this out of there. Let's get the scoreboard back up. Good. Come on! One more before I go home. I like that. That's the way you really need to fill a spare. I felt good about putting the strike on the spare there. Unfortunately, to fill the strike, I've got my work cut out for me now as I punch through the half Worcester on the right and take out the 5 and 7 along with it. And decide to hang on to that thing. Thinking about it too much, so unfortunately, just a 6 fill, kind of ruining my little stint there. And let's just let's just trim the head pin out of there and annoy yourself with a 7 box after a 6 fill on a strike. That's harsh. That's Candlepin. I'm going to let that one run away from me to the right. Still just not on the head pin like I should be. 4 horse down the right with the 8 sleeping behind it. Oh, we're not done yet. So a good outside mix on this spare brings me back to life. A little bit of hope to build on this. Getting a good spin off the wall to take out the 10, and obviously the wood moving over to take out the 8. So 95 plus. Way to go.
I'm learning from the master.
I saw Phil do this earlier, and I did it to myself. 158. Ugh, a busted eagle. So I'm going to try to shoot this wing out on the left.
Try.
And I did get that pin to kick. It just, unfortunately, didn't come up enough to catch the 3-pin and start some trouble. Oh, that's unfortunate. And I'll punch out the 610 for a 9 box. So 107 with a box to go. Bill's going to have to throw 51 plus whatever I do here, but obviously I'm still trying to think about anything I can do to get this match back. All right, Duncan, I hope you're watching. On the head pin, giving myself the triangle again. I love these. Triangle off to the left, so the 2, 4, 5. Oh, lordy lord, I actually picked one up. I've had such a fit with triangles, but thank God. Boom. 117 plus a ball. Must try to stave off Phil. Maybe I can just take out his knee. And we're going to leave with a head pin hit that won't show up on the score sheets. An 8 Phil and a 125 string. I'm happy with it. Move my scoreboard over to the other side. I'll bring Phil's up alongside him here. If he could somehow just only throw a 100, I would appreciate it. I really, truly would. But I know this man. I know this man is going to come after that 125 with everything he's got, and I am in trouble. This is great.
Good.
On the head pin, when the dust settles, he's got a 5-7 split. He's got a great piece of wood all the way across.
Nice.
Oh!
I like the back trip.
Watch the 5-pin come forward off this wood. So the wood that he hits, which is the wood behind the 5, knocks it forward and chips into my hopes of somehow getting pinfall out of this match. Up on the head pin, a little light, leaves the left-hand diamond with the tail. So 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. No wood. What we can do here? Oof. Picks up the 2, the 5, and comes off the wall to get the 7, but leaves the 4 and the 8. But knowing his accuracy, this is a 10 in the making.
Tickle it.
Jinxed it. A 9. So 81 with 3 to go. Really just needs 21 pins in these 3 boxes to take total. He does need 45 in these 3 boxes to take the string back from me. But you can do that. Ooh.
Wow.
On the pocket. But when the dust settles, got the 6, 7, 10. He's got a plank in front of the 6 and 10, but kind of flat. Looked like that wood might have had a chance to go, but kind of got stuck on the 10 pin. Just a 7 to pick up a 10. Drills it. Like a clinic. So, he's 35. He's 35 in the last 2 boxes. But again, 11 pins to secure total, and it would be a 6-8 split. He would win 8 points, I would get 6. And for the 5th and the 6th bowlers in the wild card, it's kind of treading water for us. So I'll certainly take it. Phil is a great bowler. You know, he's a long-time pro. Everybody knows him. He's in his home. You know, everybody talks about how difficult it is to bowl here. I liked it. I liked the lanes a lot. I didn't like That little spots in the middle of the approaches that were a bit tacky. But all in all, yeah, I liked bowling at Bogey. I look forward to bowling there again. The drive, not so much because, hey, it's out there. But good house, 12 lanes, very clean. Oh, look at that. Just shreds the walls.
And that's gonna get you toast.
Everything but the 5-pin. Pretty sure this is a done deal, so starting to get a little nervous. Oh! Wow. I love how he's that competitive. Still hear him slapping his hands in anger. Picks up the 10 though. Picked up the 10. 7 out of 10 in this string. Oh, sorry. 6 out of 9 in this string. 10 or better. I mean, he's just so consistent, so smooth. Great to watch, but short of a double strike here. I'll keep the string. It's going to be a 6-8 split for him if he wins. Question will be by how much.
Be there.
Ah. All right, so just the 9-pin to pick up, and he does. So I'll take the last string, 111 to 125. I win by 14, but I come up 10 shy. So all the credit to Phil. I tell you, I fell asleep in that second string, and he absolutely jumped on it. So as you can see here from the stats, Phil takes 8 points to 6. It was 580 to 570, a really tight series. I averaged a 114. He averaged a 116. I was 29 out of 50 on the head pin. He was 35 out of 50 on the head pin. I had 15 splits. He had 18 splits. I had 5 strikes. He had 2. He had 15 spares to my 10. He had 14 tens to my 11. So I was 26 out of 50. So 52% perfect box rate, which is a little below my normal. He was 31, so a 62%, a little ahead of his normal. But just some great bowling across the board. Really, he was just, it's just great to watch. A very nice, clean, simple style, the way that Phil bowls. And here are the strings. I mean, just decent bowling throughout. I've got nothing to be upset about the way it went with him. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get out of this place with 6 points. Excited, very excited to get out of Bogey. Um, throwing a 570. So I'll take that all day, any day. Um, and yeah, before I get out of here, let me take a second and let's just go back and replay all of the highlights I have here from the match. So bear with me for a little bit. First string, third box, first strike, exploding the pocket. Can I hit the head pin? Nope. Don't ask me how the ball came off the wall back. I knew I didn't deserve it. I'll sit down with the spare. Phil, I knew this was going to be a spare so much, I pre-filled it. And I meant that, not the way his name is spelled. All right, the lane gives you a duck. You must shoot the duck. Plank in front of the 6-pin. Got to take it down. You too, Don. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Hey, still in the first string. I'll take another strike. Kind of a Miller style there with a splash, getting the trip. This is the ultimate Miller strike. Phil getting the back door at Bogey. And then just resuming the clinic on 2-pin pair spares. They say there's no action at Bogey. I disagree. Oh, this was beautiful. Clip the 5 into the 9 over to the, oh, just watching it flip over sideways as it does it. Single pin Phil. He's going to take this thing down. I know it. Up. Just Beautiful, beautiful. A diamond? I choked on a couple of these. Perfect. Ball flattened right out, up high, takes it down. Single pin spare? No doubt about it. Single pin spare? No doubt about it. Takes this wood. Again, you want to stay on the pin side of the line usually on a flat plank. Can I drill this right? No, but an interesting mix as it comes off the wall and then braces the wood to push it back into the pin. A beautifully set up 5-7 and a beautifully executed 5-7 split by Phil. And then he doesn't just get him backwards. A strong Brooklyn pocket strike as he sees the 5 fall into the 9 for his strike on spare. And I follow that up a little later with a spinner. Get a mix at bogey for a strike. This should have blown up nice and easy. And it did. That one felt good. Well, they're all up for now. And then they're down. The kick coming out of the gutter to trip 7 all day long. Filled with these beautiful 2-pin planks. Whoop. Oh, I loved this one. 6, 7, 9 with great wood. Yep. I'll take those all day long. It looked like a strike for a second, then I forgot. Right, the pin cam's not working. So there's the 5 pins sliding over and Q shotting out the 7 pin. I love it. Bill blowing up the cap perfectly. Single pin, no wood. Who needs wood? Not when you're good. Bill takes out the 5. Straight down the heart of it. Oh, this was pretty. The reverse check mark with a kick. Oh, almost looked like the 5 wasn't going to go down. This little one, just drop it on the wood. Let it happen. And there it is. Complete with the pin rolling into the pit. 2 pins and a plank. This was Phil's game. Fantastic. Beautiful. Oh, this was interesting. I didn't know how this wood was going to play out, but he just drove right at it, and it went. Good ball. Tripping the 5 from behind. I like it. That's the mix of that ball. 4 horse with the 8. Oh, that mix off the wall. Love it. Love it. I always try to get those from the outside. Hope I can drive through it. A successful triangle. You have no idea what that means to me. Ah, awesome. Good times. Phil picking up another beautiful 5-7 split, this time coming forward. And that's the end of it, folks. Thanks so much for watching with me. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I can continue to correct some of these little details. But I'll get out of here by putting up the final stats one last time. Phil Clough beats me 8-6 here in this match, and man, I look forward to it if I get to see him again in the playoffs or whatever. If I make the playoffs, it was just such a great time. Hope you guys are having a good night out there, and take care.